Hello everyone, let's do one more problem today. So this is tutorial number 26 and problem number 8 from the book Electrical Technology Volume 2. I have left details of the book in the description of this video which you can see. So let's get started with this problem. This problem about a DC generator. So I've already worked out a part of answer for this. So let's see this, an 8-pole lap wound DC generator, that means P is 8. And lap winding, which means number of parallel paths will be equal to the number of poles, which is 8 given in this problem. Then has 120 slots having 4 conductors per slot. So we have 4 conductors per slot and then 120, so 480 conductors. So Z is the symbol used for different number of conductors. If each conductor can carry 250 amperes, alright, so the full load current can carry, means it's a full load current carrying capacity, which is 250 amperes per conductor. Therefore, since there are 8 parallel paths, all these conductors are connected in series parallel combination in the windings. So for the 8 parallel paths, the total current carrying capacity of the entire armature will be 2000 amperes, which is quite a lot of current. So suppose we are talking about a very big machine. Alright, let's continue. Flux per pole is 0.05 Webers, so which I have written down here. Calculate the speed of the generator for giving 240 volts on open circuit. Now if you look at this problem, the kind of machine, is it a shunt machine or is it a series machine, etc., that information is not given. So you can safely assume that this is a separately excited machine. So we are talking only about the armature, and then the field already it is being generated 0.05 Webers. So it's a armature circuit, and then 240 volts on open circuit. When the armature circuit is open, that means there is no armature current. Therefore, whatever voltage is being generated is nothing but the induced EMF. And induced EMF, we know the formula for induced EMF: phi Z N by 60 into P by A. So this is a formula for induced EMF in the generator. It's very easy to work out. For example, see, this is flux per pole and this is the number of poles. So this will give the total field in one revolution. And then this is speed of the machine in revolutions per minute. If I divide by 60, it becomes revolutions per second. So I think somewhere 2 pi also should be there. No, 2 pi will not be there because 2 pi will be there when you are talking about torque. So let's forget it. This formula is correct. So in this, P is known, A is known, Z is known, phi is known, Eg is known. Only unknown is speed. So we'll calculate that. So what is the speed? So this is 240 equal to 0.05 multiplied by 480 multiplied by speed divided by 60 into number of poles by number of parallel paths. So this 8 will get cancelled here, and then 6 8s is 48. And this 8 and 0.05 will come here. So I'll try to multiply 8 5s is 40 and then 2 points. So it is 0.4 here. So finally I get N is 240 divided by 0.4, which is 2400 by 4, 600 revolutions per minute. I could have used calculator for this, but then since the calculation seemed easy, I did it myself. Okay, so that was what asked in the question. Calculate the speed of the generator. So we got one answer here. Now, if the voltage drops to 220 volts on full load, so now we have something else given here. Now the machine is on, machine means our DC generator is on full load. So when the machine is on full load, what is the full load current? So which we just calculated some time back, which is 2000 amperes. the voltage drops to 220 volts. So obviously, because it's a, I think it helps to draw a diagram here. So this is a generator, this is the armature resistance, and then this is the electrical output. So supposed to be generating some voltage, and there should be a load here, and this voltage that is generated is given as 220 volts, and the current here is 2000 amperes. So obviously I can now find out this is under full load. So what is the output power of this? So 2000 amperes into 220 volts, which is nothing but 440,000 watts, or 440 kilowatts. So this is supposed to be the rating of the machine. So whenever we say rating of the machine, we usually talk about the output of the machine. So the input of the machine, which is the mechanical input PM, will be more than 440, because it has to account for losses in the machine. So right now, whenever we say rating of the machine, it's the output of the machine. If it was DC motor and the rating was, let's say, 100 kilowatts, that's the mechanical output of the machine, whereas the input might be more than 100 kilowatts. I think with this short problem, we had learned something. Mainly, to review this problem, mainly the complexity involves in knowing this formula. This is the EMF generated in a DC machine. So let me just highlight it. So EMF generated is proportional to the flux, more EMF, more number of conductors, more EMF, more faster you rotate the machine, more EMF is generated, more number of poles are there, more EMF is generated. And then less EMF will be generated when there are more parallel paths. Obviously, because by connecting things in parallel, you are reducing the voltage, but then you are increasing the current carrying capacity. So with this, we had calculated the speed, and then from that speed and from the full load ratings, we calculated the rating of the machine. I think this answers the question. So we'll see some more problems in different videos.